my channel. I am trying to put together some idea of a September TBR-ish pile of possibilities. As I mentioned in my Booker and Beagle video that I just posted this week that I'll link below, my Beagle has cancer and very short time frame of life left, and so reading is probably not going to be my focus. However, like many of you, I'm sure, reading is my comfort. Animals and reading. So I do plan on going to the mountains. So I picked out, my TBR is disorganized, as am I. My thoughts are all over the place. So let's just start with the ones that I'm pretty sure I'm going to do. I have a buddy read with my friend Kim, Melinda at A Web of Stories, and Bekah at Bekah Books and Bujo. We're going to read A Prayer for Owen Meany by John Irving. This is one of my 12 and 24 books. I need to pick up the pace with that list. Yeah, definitely need to pick up the pace. I requested a copy from the library because mine is a mass market paperback and it is a 600-page book and the font's really small, so I kind of wanted a bigger font to read. My copy is from my college bookstore. This was really old, and obviously I didn't read it for whatever I had to buy it for. Oops. So I'm definitely going to read that. That's the definite one. Then I have 3 book clubs that I don't always participate in all 3 of them. Sometimes I'll do 2, depending on what books they're reading. So Krista's book club, Krista at Books and Jams, her Patreon book club is reading The Diamond Eye by Kate Quinn. I'm interested in Kate Quinn. I've never read her before, I don't think. So I've requested that from the library. For Bekah's book club, Bekah Books and Bujo, they're reading The Whalebone Theater by Joanna Quinn. I don't know anything about this, and she kind of picked it because it hasn't been talked about much on BookTube, which I like. So I've requested that from the library too. And then I have a local book club that I am on their Instagram chat, and I've met kind of the leader of it, and she's really, really nice. It is primarily a romance book club, and she helped me with some of the, when I was trying to get into romance, which I'm still kind of romance light-ish, you know, like sort of into some romance. They're reading Vampires of El Norte by Isabella Canan. And they usually have 2 picks, and the other one is Teach Me by Olivia Dade. So the vampires book sounds good. Interesting premise. And I've always been intrigued by Olivia Dade. She is talked about a lot on BookTube, and this is one of their older books, and so I'm kind of curious to see. The library didn't have it. They had an electronic copy, and as as I've talked about, I'm not a huge e-reader. I'm an audiobook reader, so maybe I can try and find the audiobook for that one, if there is one. So those are the book club books. And like I said, I'm gonna get what I can from the library and just try and test them out. I should also say that September is also my birthday month. My birthday falls on Labor Day this year, and I just kind of wanted to mood read prior to finding out about Remy's diagnosis. So mood reading fits my mood. There we go. Also in the Booker and Beagle video, I talked about a couple of the Booker Prize books that I am going to read. I'm just going to tell you what they are, because I will get to these in September. And if you want to know more about them, you can check out that video. I'm already reading The Safe Keep by Yael van der Wooden. I also want to read Wandering Stars by Tommy Orange. I read the first book, There. And then I also want to read Wild Houses by Colin Barrett. So those are ones that I've talked about. I forgot to write this down, but I think the Books and Lala's buzzword is senses, maybe, for September. And I have out from the library A Sight of Her Own by Sarah Marsh, which is about it's historical fiction, and it follows a deaf former student of Alexander Graham Bell as she learns to reclaim her authentic voice. Ellen Lark is on the verge of marriage when she and her fiance receive an unexpected visit from Alexander Graham Bell. Ellen is deaf, and for a time she was Bell's student learning visible speech. During their lessons, Bell also confided in her about his dream of producing a device that would transmit the human voice along a wire, the telephone. Bell wants Ellen to speak up in support of his claim to the patent of the telephone, which is being challenged by rival inventors, but Ellen has a different story to tell, that of how Bell betrayed her and other deaf pupils in pursuit of his own ambition. Very interested in this. It's been out for a minute. I don't have much. I think I have one renewal on this from the library, so I'll need to get to that rather quickly. As I said, I am going to the mountains, and I just went through my nonfiction, the first stack of books on my nonfiction shelf that I need to organize. I'll link that video below. I got some good feedback on A Walk in the Woods by Bill Bryson, and I'm going to North Georgia, so I'm pretty sure that's the start of the Appalachian Trail. And not exactly where I'm going, but pretty close. It's got a map of, this is a mass market as well, so everything's smaller. Yeah, I'm gonna try and find an audiobook on this so I can listen to it on the drive up there. And also while I'm up there, I think it would be fun to read this. I also would really like to get to, these are all really big books. Wellness by Nathan Hill. It was an Oprah's book club in 2023. I waited for it to come out in paperback because I just don't, the bigger books in hardback are just heavier. I mean, they're just too heavy. When Jack and Elizabeth meet as college students in the 90s, the two quickly join forces and hold on tight, each eager to claim a place in Chicago's thriving underground art scene with an appreciative, kindred spirit. Fast forward 20 years to married life, and as they grapple with the challenges of parenting, they encounter cults disguised as mindfulness support groups, polyamorous would-be suitors, Facebook wars, and something called Love Potion number 9. Yeah, I'm very interested in this. I know it made the rounds on BookTube. I'm usually behind the times on that kind of stuff, but that's okay. Some other books I may pick up, again, may. Not sure what I'm going to feel like. Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. This was recommended to me by Bekah. Might get into that one. September is also Series September, which is hosted by Krista at Books and Jams and Sarah at Sarah's Nightstand. And I haven't really pulled out my series. I don't typically do a lot for Series September. But a couple of ones that I might be interested in. This is The Testaments by Margaret Atwood. I just read The Handmaid's Tale for my Books That Bekah Loves vlog, which I'll link below. And I was really curious to read the next installment in that. I guess the second only. I don't know if she's going to read more. Margaret Atwood's in her 80s. She's amazing to me. Just so amazing. And so this follows does it follow the main character? No. It is just a continuation, the Republic of Gilead. The lives of 3 radically different women converge with potentially explosive results. 2 have grown up on opposite sides of the border, one in Gilead as a privileged daughter of an important commander, and one in Canada where she marches in anti-Gilead protests and watches news of its horrors on TV. The testimonies of these 2 young women, part of the first generation to come of age in the new order, are braided with a third voice, that of one of the regime's enforcers, a woman who wields power through the ruthless accumulation, I cannot speak today, and deployment of secrets. Long buried secrets are what finally bring these 3 together, forcing each of them to come to terms with who she is and how far she will go for what she believes. So, yeah, I'm curious to continue in that world. I did not get to this last month, I think was on my TBR. This is the series. This is 6 Tudor Queens by Alison Weir, and I am on the 3rd, I think it's the 3rd. The Haunted Queen, Jane Seymour. So I've enjoyed the audiobooks for this series, so I may try and find the audio for that. And then 2 other books that were on my August TBR that I didn't get to yet. Salvage the Bones by Jesmyn Ward. This is about a family in Mississippi as a hurricane is coming in. And then The Lost Story by Meg Schaefer, and this is the author of The Wishing Game. I've heard really mixed reviews about her new one. The Wishing Game was her debut, and The Lost Story is her new one. So I'm curious about this one as well. My audiobook hold for this is forever long at the library, so but it's inspired by the Chronicles of Narnia, which I do enjoy that series. And that's another series. I could read the next one and that one. So yeah, there's kind of all possibilities, and I could just totally read different stuff. The Prayer for Owen Meany is the one that's definitely going to happen. And that may be all I read. You never know. I hope you all had a great August and are looking forward to September. Let me know what you're planning to read. And if you see any of the ones that I'm thinking about reading that you really love, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to support my channel, please hit the subscribe button and like this video, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.